Hi, darlings. I'm Fual Samani, and you're listening to CUPPA Perspective. If you're a new listener, this podcast is for those who are keen on improving themselves and where I share meaningful, unprofessional advice, as well as sharing my honest perspective on all aspects of life. As you know from the title, in this episode, I'll be talking about how we as humans are so scared of embarrassment and dealing with it. I'm here to tell you that embarrassment is totally normal and human. No matter how confident you are, you will always experience embarrassment either way, whether you try to avoid it or not. Now, why do we as humans feel embarrassment? Well, I don't know exactly, but if I had to guess, probably because of how we are perceived by others, and by doing something embarrassing. Everyone is most likely aware of that, and that creates us to be self-conscious. Now that's my guess, but let me tell you what came up from Google after searching this. Okay. According to Google, what lies at the root of embarrassment is the anticipation of negative evaluation by others. In short, we become embarrassed when we perceive that the social image we want to project has been undermined and that others are forming negative impressions of us. So my guess was quite good. Because of society and our peers, we try so hard to not do anything that could be considered embarrassing, as we are trying to protect our image. But who really cares? Let's be real. After watching someone fall over something, do we think about it the entire day? We only think about it for that split moment. If you think that because you did something embarrassing in front of people that they are going to think about it throughout the whole day, you have reached a level of delusion that is unfathomable. Why is it that some people act like embarrassing things are horrible or not normal? We're literally humans. We were created to falter here and there. Doesn't make it wrong or unnatural, because making mistakes and falling over is what's natural. I don't even get embarrassed anymore, because why should I? Give me one reason to feel embarrassment. There's no reasonable answer for that. Who genuinely cares how people look at you or talk about you? Those people that are laughing and judging you are acting like they didn't fall just yesterday. I actually don't get embarrassed. Because why? Why? The way I deal with embarrassment is through getting up and acting like nothing happened, or laughing it off. Because laughing it off is where true confidence stems from. Confident people literally laugh at themselves after doing something embarrassing because they know it's normal. It's not wrong to trip over something. And instead of thinking about that embarrassing thing you just did and worrying about it and becoming self-conscious about it, get back up and laugh. That's confidence. Would you want to seem like a confident person or an insecure person that won't allow themselves to make mistakes or trip over? And by the way, by you being too fixated on your every move and putting your entire energy to not slip up here and there, that causes your body to be in a nervous state, therefore tripping over more and not focusing on what's right in front of you. Also, when we're talking about likability, for you to accept and not be ashamed of embarrassment is you exerting authentic confidence and approaching the situation calmly and maturely, which in retrospect makes you more captivating to others and an approachable being. And when someone makes a huge deal of the thing you did and makes it known that you did a far-fetched thing, and they tell you, "Oh my gosh, that's so embarrassing," you reply back, "Okay, so? Did I die? Did I do something so unimaginable?" I don't get why us people are so obsessed with looking perfect all the time. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Are we not humans? Were we created with perfect characters? No. Exactly. So, whoever tries to make you feel bad or ashamed of that simple embarrassing thing that they view as embarrassing, that shows you their character. That shows their insecurity. Don't even try to think about that fall, because it happened, but you lived. You survived that fall. You should be thankful that you were able to get back up on your 2 feet. Instead, you're focusing on how people perceive you. Come on! However, embarrassment can also be a highly beneficial thing. For example, let's say an arrogant, rude person says something that is completely unacceptable and uncalled for. Then, someone else calls them out and basically in simple words, confronting them and telling them that what they said was wrong. Then, that person gets embarrassed. Embarrassment's ability to change our behavior explains why we relive our most embarrassing moments. By remembering our mistakes, we learn from them so that we don't make them again. So, that arrogant person could learn their lesson. Also, it doesn't necessarily have to be for rude people. Sometimes us good people can slip up in our words and say something wrong. The main thing is to learn our lesson and not repeating them and improving on our mistakes as much as possible. Also, the empathy we feel from embarrassment drives us to be better people, better friends, better daughters, better sons, better sisters, better brothers, better spouses, better parents. So, while embarrassment feels like the end of the world, it actually stirs people closer to us and increases our relationships because we have shown that vulnerable side of us. So it can be a positive thing as well. Moral of the story: don't let embarrassment overtake you with worry and shame, but accept it, smile, and move on. There's far worse things that people have done willingly than your clumsy fall. Don't make it bigger than what it is. And don't allow others to over-exaggerate and play into your mind that what you did was completely vile if it was a simple mistake or trip. Don't be dramatic and don't create unnecessary drama. Okay, we have reached the end of this episode. Thank you so much for listening. I greatly appreciate it. Comments will be open, and I'll be looking forward to your reviews, notes, or questions, or maybe recommendations for my new episode. New episodes come out on every Thursday. Check out my Instagram and TikTok as well as YouTube, which I'll be posting episodes on as well as Spotify. I know what you're thinking. You haven't been posting every single episode on Spotify? But let me give you guys the reason before you come and attack me. The reason why you'll realize that not all of my episodes are published on Spotify is because the length. It's really hard to edit, and for it to load, it takes a really long time to load. And it takes a lot of storage also. But I will try to upload as much episodes as I can, and I'm hoping to upload this episode if it turns out to be a short one and a suitable length. So yeah, I love and appreciate you all. See you next week. Bye.